most of you are here because your company or one of your friends, somebody sponsored this event, and we greatly appreciate that sponsorship. Just without that, we can't have this event that we're putting on. So thank you guys for doing that. What you've got in front of you is Bardstown Discovery Series 11. Keith has this in stock over at Vic's. He does want to sell out tomorrow, so if you like what you got, or when you taste this, if you don't like it, I don't think you like bourbon, because it is some awesome good stuff. Okay, Patty, can get you set up here. So. Well, and our guest of honors today.
No honors.
We got David and Zack from Bourbon Kingdom. Hopefully, once you saw that they were coming, if you hadn't already checked out the channel, hopefully you check that out. But I'm going to kind of let them introduce themselves, and then since we're all going to kind of be sipping on this Disco 11, I thought we might be able to give some good tasting notes and some things that you guys can get out of it.
All right, so my name is Zack. I've been into bourbon since, honestly, since I was 21. I don't want to say before that because I don't want to get myself in trouble or incriminate myself. But I've always been a big bourbon guy. I couldn't just drink beer. I just get really full of beer, so I just went straight to bourbon. But like I said, I've been into it for a really long time, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just just north of Louisville. So I'm kind of very fortunate to where I've seen the real big change that's happened. A lot of people talk about the boom that happened with COVID in bourbon, but really there was a small one before that. So I saw that change, and I saw the COVID change, and now we're in this whole new different area experiencing it. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm David. I'm probably newer. Since 2017, 2018, I kind of started my bourbon journey. I'm actually, first and foremost, a beer guy. I love beer. Have for a long time. I like a lot of dark beer. I drink a lot of stouts and porters and stuff like that. Actually, one that I can't get where I live is the Quaffon stuff. And so, anytime I'm up here, I will probably take home, quite a bit tomorrow when I leave because I can't get it where I live in Mount Washington, Kentucky. So I live, like I said, in Mount Washington, Kentucky, which is just a little bit north of Bardstown, like the bourbon capital of the world. We get none of that love in Mount Washington. It's kind of a terrible place to hunt bourbon in general. There's just not really much there. But yeah, that's 2017, 2018, I kind of grew up drinking Woodford Reserve because that's what my dad drank, and so that's the only exposure I had for the longest time to bourbon because my dad had it and I was able to drink it, so there it is.
Yeah. Okay, well, like I said, the Disco 11, if you want to kind of talk a little bit about the tasting elements of that, we'll start there, and then we're going to do kind of a question and answer. Jordan and I put some questions together that we thought might be appealing to the group. If we get done and we got a little extra time, we may have you guys ask some questions as well. But we'll so start with the Disco 11 so you guys can kind of get an idea of what you're tasting.
Do you be talking a little bit about actually Disco 11, like how the breakdown of it,
yeah,
and stuff? Yeah. So really quick, the Discovery Series is made by Bardstown Brewing Company. For everybody who doesn't know, I assume most of you all here know, but I'll just make it easy for you. What they do is they take blends of other people's stuff and occasionally their own. This is the first time they've done it. They will be adding some more of their stuff in the Discovery 12. But this one's really special. So whenever they first started coming out with it, they were all Kentucky based with a little bit of Indiana source product. And then now they went back to Kentucky. And what's really awesome about this is on the bottle, it shows mash bill. You can start looking that up, and it's not really hard to figure out that 3/4 of this is going to be wild turkey. And then the other part of it is going to be a combination of Jim Beam and then their own stuff, which is Bardstown. What I would tell you guys right now, if you guys are looking at
And that's their 6-year stuff.
that's their 6-year stuff.
If you've ever had like their Origin series stuff, the white, the black label, that is what's in here as well.
What's super exciting about this is, for most people, it's probably heard of Russell's 13. You know, that's a really sought after bottle. People are going crazy for it. This is what's in it. So you're able to get into that wild turkey that's in there.
It's unofficial.
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 It's unofficial.
If you ask them, they wouldn't tell you that.
No, they would just tell you it's from a distillery that has a bourbon. So,
Yeah.
but you know, so it's really cool that you get some of these ultra stocks in there, and it's a really great blend. So dive into it. So on the nose to me, the reason why I talk about Wild Turkey is one of my favorite distilleries, and that to me screams with some of the sorry, it screams with Wild Turkey.
It's so Bourbon Kingdom right there. It fell over.
Where it screams me with some of that dusty note of Wild Turkey. A dusty note to me, you get a lot more extra oak in there. You get a little bit more of just like depth with that. And with this, with that Wild Turkey note that's in there, you get a lot of just that on the nose. And you do get a little bit of a sweetness from it as well on the nose. And to me, that's coming off as the March note. The Jim Beam to me, you don't really get a ton of that on the nose, but it'll show on the palate a little bit. So
it's probably good that you don't necessarily get the Jim Beam on the nose. But I'll say it, like I don't care. There's plenty of good Jim Beam products. The nose is not always the favorite part of it.
Also, something whenever you guys are nosing this, what I love about it as well, there's a little bit of a berry note on there. And whenever you guys go to either Joe's or Chase, something that has full range Wild Turkey in it, you do get that occasional berry note. So sometimes it'll be raspberry, blueberry, to me it's more of a blueberry note. Obviously everybody's palate and noses are a little different. So
okay, well while you're sipping on that, we'll kind of do our question and answer session here. So we kind of already talked, you already answered how you got into bourbon. But maybe mention some of your favorite bourbons, what you guys are into, and then kind of just start with that.
So mine is, I like the big boys most of the time, but so my favorite in the last couple of years, my ultimate favorite bottle that I've had, in probably since I've been doing bourbon, is the Heaven Hill 17, the Heritage Series. That has been like my favorite bottle. If you ever get a chance to have a pour of it or have it in general, I would recommend getting it. It's a hard one to find now, but it is just full of oakiness, just the right oak flavor to it. And I like a good oak flavor.
if I can interject, I think Scream's the best version of Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
You can get.
Yeah, that and then William Heaven Hill 15, which was last year's, was it 2 years? That's 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Those are like my two favorite bottles I've had in a long time. Both very oak forward. And then just for me, just kind of everyday drinkers and stuff like that. I'm wearing a Redwood Empire sweatshirt. They're not paying me to say this at all. But Redwood Empire is one of my kind of favorite everyday drinkers. Between Pipe Dream, Lost Monarch, those are just really good. And then one that's just kind of come into our hands in the last little bit is Still Austin. I've been really enjoying Still Austin Distillery a lot in a little bit. And then one that's probably my last one I would say is Breckenridge. Not a lot of people love Breckenridge. They have a sherry cask finish that to me is really good for a $50 or $60 bourbon. It is really good and I enjoy it a whole lot. I have a tendency to have that on my bar at all times. Just making sure that if I get low, I get another one just because I like it so much.
Alright, so for me, it kind of starts just with the overall brown flavor profile. I've kind of went away a little bit from Woodford over the years. I still do like a good Woodford Double, but whenever I really start talking about brown flavor, I really plant my flag over Forester. That's really my favorite brand overall. Between just like the regular shelters you get between 1920 and even the 100, I think the 100's great. but also their allocation. Like, what's funny is most people, whenever they think of Forester and they think their allocated stuff, they think birthday bourbon. That's actually probably one of my least favorite ones from them. It's actually President's Choice or their barrel picks that you get from them. That's what I love from them. I'm also a big Victor's fan.
I did forget to say Victor's.
Yeah, I was here to say, I'm really shocked you didn't say Victor's.
That's not bad.
I'm very fortunate where we live in Louisville, or just north of Louisville. We have access, I have access to the Forester and Victor's more than most, so that does help. But I'm a big fan of them. Wild Turkey, I've grown up on Wild Turkey. I will continue to grow up on Wild Turkey even if the pricing getting ridiculous. But I still love them. And then talking about like some smaller brands I really enjoy. You know, a lot of the common ones that we hear about, I do love. I still push out their Hard Truth. They're based right out of Brown County, Indiana. They make great ryes. If you like ryes, I cannot recommend going and getting some Hard Truth. They make some of the best ryes on the market. With the big boys, great price. So
So how did you guys meet?
You want to tell a story?
I mean, all right, so I'm a minister. That's my full-time job. That's what I do every single day. I don't really get off day. I get to go on vacation every once in a while, but
he takes 37 vacations.
So I'm a minister, and I was at a church in Southern Indiana for 19 years. He and his fiance, I think it was just his girlfriend at the time, started coming to church there. Kind of sucked them into working with student ministry, with middle school and high school students. And that's kind of how we met, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we've been friends since we were talking about earlier. Was it 2008, 2009?
Yeah, 2008, 2009.
So we've been friends, and we've been like close friends. Like, we talk on a weekly basis, if not a daily basis sometimes. And I mean, we went on vacations together. He's lived with me for a while whenever they were building a home. I think that partially took off your urban journey whenever you were living with me. But yeah, so we're family. At the end of the day, the great thing is like our wives are best friends, and their kids. What's really funny is like their kid, Roman now. He talks to me crap all the time. So I have no fear of that. But even though he's talking.
Roman also calls you my boyfriend. So
that's true. That's true.
I forgot I got it.
You just always got him.
Yeah, I know.
Well, as far as your bourbon channel, so their channel is the Bourbon Kingdom, and just a little bit. I looked some stats up on it, and you're in that 15,000 subscriber range. Have over 3.2 million views, so they're out there. They're doing a lot of good videos. They're good to watch. But what prompted you guys to get into making a YouTube channel?
I guess I'll take this one. So I was, this is pre-COVID. I started having back problems, and I'd always played a lot of golf. I got into playing a lot of golf. Any golfers in here? Any? All right. I was doing about 150 to 180 rounds a year playing golf with my schedule. So, and he's a big golfer. So
I was not playing 150 to 180 rounds of golf.
I didn't have kids either, so let me say that. So I was kind of thinking, I was like, I think I can do like a golf YouTube channel. And then my back got hurt, and I was like, I kind of like the idea of a YouTube channel, but I don't know how to edit. I can't do any editing. I don't know lighting. I don't know any of this stuff. And I was talking to him about it, and I was like, I think I'm going to start a bourbon channel. He's like, oh, I'll do it with you. And I was like, how can I do it when you work for a church? Like, that was my first initial out. And he immediately got on the phone and called his boss. And he's like, yeah, just be you, you'll be fine. And literally, that's how it took off. It was just, and honestly, I know I drive him crazy, and he drives me crazy at times, but there is nobody else out there I would do it with. You could tell me we could be doing this full time and making all the money, but do it with your best friend, do it with your family, because we look at each other as family, like that's what I want. So
I strictly did it because he has a ridiculous bourbon collection, and I get to drink on that bourbon collection, which is it's fun. I'll walk in his house and I'll just be like, ooh, today I feel like this, and I'll get the order. As long as it's
goes, how long did it take before you started seeing that you were getting some growth, and then what did you realize that the channel was taking off?
I think for me, we went to, how many of you actually watch YouTube channels and you watch bourbon YouTube channels and stuff like that? So some of you do. If you know of a group called the Bourbon Junkies, they do a thing called Pours in the Park every year up in Detroit. And so we went as a channel 2 years ago, and I just thought we were going to go and have a good time and just, you know, be incognito or whatever. And so we went to the VIP event, much like this. We went to the VIP event, and people started walking up to us and going, "Hey, you do a channel, right?" And "Hey, you do a channel, like." And so we just started meeting people who watched our stuff, and that's kind of when it hit me. It's like, oh, it's not just my family and my friends who are watching this. There are actually other people watching it. So that's kind of when it first hit me. It was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of an interesting moment for us because Dave, it's not that he's in the limelight, but he's used to people walking up to him, be in that church setting, talking to him all the time. I work with chemical industry. Nobody can care what I do. I work with chemicals. It's not important. And for me, I was waiting in line at Oak Forester, and I had a bunch of people just walk up to me. My friends were making fun of me. Like my friends who were my boys. They were literally making fun of me the entire time, and as we were walking away, and we didn't even get anything that release. It wasn't anything. It was something that was like, and he's like, one of my friends was like, "That's pretty cool that people recognize you." I was like, I never met her live. It was a surreal moment because most of them were just saying thank you for putting out the videos because we try to get education. But like, I don't think I'm a very funny guy, but I know
I just try to have fun. He tries to be educational.
But I know the bourbon show. Like I know where to go. I know what tours are good. I know what tastings. I know what bars to go to. What experiences to look for. And so like seeing people get help with that was whenever I kind of had that moment. I was like, man, this is actually up.
Well, I know you have several videos on your channel. I think there was over 750 something that you guys have done.
A lot of those are shorts too.
Okay. How do you come up with your content? You put out quite a few episodes a week, so how do you come up with that content?
It's a good question. I show up to record videos, and Zach goes, "This is what we're doing today." And so Zach comes up with a lot of content. I have, on occasion, I give him ideas, but most of the time he just poops on those ideas. He's just like, "No, that's a dumb idea. That's stupid." Like I had an idea for what brewery does the best bourbon, and I had that 2 years ago, and we still not done that video yet. So that's my one addition to content.
So talking about content. So David gets 2 videos a year. One of them has to be a review, and then one of them has to be like we call Tuesday, Thursday videos. That's whenever we do our quiz. For example, now he always does great with the reviews because he always opens up the line what hill. We drink that, it's always great. So very fortunate. His last year, his review, or his Tuesday, Thursday video that he wanted to do. Oh yeah, that was so awful. It was the in-home cocktails. And the in-home cocktails, first off, I'm not a cocktail guy. Like I don't like cocktails really. Just give it to me neat and I'm happy as well. He likes cocktails. So he's like, we're going to do this, it'll be fine.
Who makes the best old fashioned? Like pre-mix.
Everything. No, pre-mix. There you go. Okay.
You make the best one?
Here's what's funny. The entire video, he's sitting here saying how terrible they are. My face is showing how bad they were. That video did so bad. That video struggled to get over 1,000 views, and for us, like 1,000 views isn't really like YouTube, but it is for us. And that video struggled so bad, and I remember him calling me and being like, I guess this was a bad idea. And I'm like, you didn't figure that out from when we were drinking this stuff? But I was hoping, I was like, well maybe cocktail people will like it. They just didn't.
So please, if you subscribe, just go and watch that. Just watch that.
Yeah.
It'll do me some favors. I like to produce content.
Okay, so we're down about the last 2 minutes here, so I'm going to do a combination question. So, which one of you has the best overall palate? And tell everybody how big your bottle collection is.
Alright, we'll make this really easy. Zack has the best palate. I say this all the time. Zack has, hands down, one of the best palates I've ever been around. He can, I mean, if he just knows distilleries and he knows the smells to look for in the distilleries, it's just amazing that, like, he can sit down and just sniff something and go, that's Wild Turkey, or that's Brown Foreman, or that's, you know, Buffalo Trace. He's got a really, really good nose. I struggled through all that, but I'm newer in my journey. I'm still trying to figure that stuff out. But hands down, he's got the best one. I probably have, I don't know, 100 bottles in my collection. Most of them are open. I have some that are open. I have some special bottles that I just haven't opened yet. Things I've gotten from my dad, like with my dad and stuff like that. For the most part, though, most of my junk is open and drinkable.
I would say it's about palates. I think palates goes in layers, and I think there's a lot of factors for that. I think it'd be as simple as what you ate that day to allergies, to if you're sick, to if you're in a good mood or a bad mood. So I appreciate that Dave says that. But to give him some credit here, he does an excellent job on figuring out proofs. We do, last year and the year before, we do an admin calendar where time is in between us. And we have to guess the sample, we have to try to figure out what it is. And I think he probably overall beats me in proof, like guessing the proof seems like every year. So his palate isn't bad. When it comes to bottles, I mean, I was going back to James. I'm somewhere over like 600, and probably out of those, I think last time I kind of had like 150 of them, probably not over. And that's a combination of I have some kids' bottles out of the bag, just bottles I backups of that just haven't opened up yet, but or I'm saying for like for retirement or birthday gift or something. But I always tell people, like, you know, anything that I buy, if I'm not going to open it some time, it's going to be a gift to my kids or somebody else. So, you know, but I've also, like I said, been in the game for a very, very long time. No. No, I'll open up. Look, if I get something and I've been really wanting it, I'm going to crack it. I do not care. I do not need a backup of something. Like, I'll tell you all right now. I got a John J. Bourbon Cast Strength Batch 1 a couple years ago. And whenever I got that, I didn't even leave the parking lot and we opened it. So I have no qualms about once you get it open, because I joke around all the time, it's called bus theory. Anybody get hit by a bus tomorrow. So if you're not saving it for a special occasion, then go ahead and open it and have, you know, appreciate it. So
okay, so I think we've kind of reached our time limit here. I want to thank you guys for coming down here.
Thanks for having us.
So we do have a time to eat here. We want you guys to go ahead and get your food as the other people are coming in, so hopefully that'll kind of make the event flow a little smoother. But get your food. These guys are going to be available. They love talking. I also want to point out that Stephen, sitting out here, he has a channel, the Bourbon Patch. So he's here too. So talk to these guys. They like talking bourbon. They have got all kinds of knowledge. Let them eat, but also talk to them. They'll appreciate talking bourbon with you. So you guys want to go ahead and just hit the line, I'd appreciate it.
If I could say one other thing really quick, make sure you guys go back there and check out the silent auction. There's some good stuff out there, and it's cheap right now. So go back there and go get some.